Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. Yes, this is going to be another video related to Ramadan, and for those of my viewers who aren't interested in this stuff, do not fret because I do have some videos that I've already pre-recorded that you guys will love and enjoy. Well, at least I hope you do. But for those of you guys who are interested in the topic of Ramadan, today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 tips to make the most of this month. I don't know about you guys, but I'm starting to think time isn't even real anymore because we're already almost halfway through the month and the last 10 nights of Ramadan are approaching. For those that aren't aware, the last 10 nights contain one night in particular known as Laylatul Qadr, or the Night of Power, which is more valuable than 1,000 months. Yes, you heard me correct, not nights, but months. So I'm hoping that with these tips that I'm about to share with you guys, we can hopefully maximize the return on these nights. And guys, these are things that you probably already know, things that you've probably already heard about, but the whole idea of this video is to serve as a reminder because we as human beings like to be reminded of things, even the obvious sometimes. Before I get into my 5 tips, there is a public service announcement that I need to make. There is an obscene number of people who watch these videos but don't subscribe to the channel. I've got 2 theories for this. One, either YouTube is playing me and they're disabling the subscribe button when you guys are watching the videos, or 2, it isn't YouTube playing me, it is in fact you guys, and you guys aren't taking the 1 second that it takes to subscribe to the channel. As much as it breaks my heart, I'm thinking it's the latter, so guys, please take a second of your time to subscribe to the channel, and rest assured, I will make it worth your while. Alright, let's get into tip number 1. Must watch Prison Break for the 4th time. I promise I'll only watch 1 episode, half an hour maximum, I swear. So while watching an episode of Prison Break isn't the worst thing you could be doing right now, the reality is if you've seen it once, the storyline isn't going to change. And this doesn't just apply to Prison Break, this applies to Suits, Game of Thrones, or whatever TV series it is that you watch. I can also assure you that these TV shows will be around after Ramadan, so you can spend your time rewatching them then. But C-Note became a Muslim, and the majority of Season 5 is based in Yemen. But I guess you're right, that's not really reason enough for me to watch it 4 times. Because you see, this time could be and should be spent reading Quran. Let me remind you of some of the rewards on offer when you sit down and read. Every single letter that you read, every single letter, is 10 good deeds or 10 hasanat. And because we're in the blessed month of Ramadan, all the hasanat are multiplied by 70. I'm not making these numbers up. So let's say on average it takes you about 2 minutes to read a page. In the space of half an hour, you can get through 15 pages, and this equates to approximately 75,000 hasanat. If we weren't in Ramadan, because we're in Ramadan, that 75,000 is multiplied by 70 to give you over 5 million hasanat in just 30 minutes of reading. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that sounds like money for jam. And if you thought it couldn't get better, it actually does. Because like I said, we are approaching the Night of Power, which is the equivalent of 1,000 months. So you can only imagine the multiplication factor that is being applied to all the good deeds that you do on this night. And if I haven't sold tip 1 to you already, for people that struggle to read, the rewards for your reading are actually doubled. Now, how's that for generosity? Alright, on to tip number 2. I need to get shredded. I need to get fit. Ramadan is not an excuse. Must resist the sweets. I can do this. For those of you that are still keeping active during this month, doing your workouts from home, going for runs, good on you. I'm not here to bash you, I'm not here to make a mockery of you, because the reality is I don't have the willpower to do the same myself. But if after doing my 10 push-ups I go and have my iftar that is full of deep fried and oily foods, I'm really not kidding anybody, right? Who am I actually kidding? You see, instead of those crunches, instead of those push-ups, why don't you spend that time praying? There is no cap on the number of sunnah prayers that you can offer. And even though all the mosques are shut, we can still offer Taraweeh prayers at home. Again guys, the reward for offering sunnah prayers is absolutely worth it. And it actually doubles as some form of exercise because you're going down in ruku', that's some active stretching of your hamstrings, you're coming back up from the ground. Yes, you're not going to be breaking a sweat, or at least I hope you don't, but you are burning more calories than you would be sitting on a couch doing nothing. So this way I'm getting my daily activity in and getting rewarded for it at the same time. I hope it's fairly academic at this point. On to tip number 3. Yo, this Nike sale couldn't have come at a better time, man. Winter's about to hit. Need some more jackets, a few more colors, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking what, like a navy or a bluish color? Let's see what they got. Ooh, look at that, a nice baby blue. $110. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I only really wear the black one anyway. Guys, forgive me if I'm talking for myself here, but when I go to my closet, there are 1 or 2 go-to jackets that I always pick and end up overwearing. And these are jackets that I wear 90% of the time, and the remaining 10-15 jackets get worn 10% of the time. I can think of a few better ways to spend my money this time. So the shameful reality is, guys, I definitely don't need any more jackets, and I could be giving these away to people who actually need them. Now I'm going to use these jackets as a segue into the wider topic of charity. This is the one time of the year where our charity is needed more than ever. Because think about this, there are needy people out there who are fasting the same number of hours of the day that we are fasting. But when it comes time to break their fast, they're not greeted with a plethora of different options of food to eat. They don't end up lying on the couch half an hour after they've broken their fast because they've overeaten or they've got cramps from eating way too many things. Think about it, guys, even when they are allowed to eat, they don't even have the option or the means to eat whatever it is they want to eat. Now that is tragic, guys, and we can do something about it. I'm not in any way saying cut your spending on things that you actually do need, but I'm sure a lot of us indulge in luxuries and things that we can go without. Just for the duration of what's left of this month, before you make any purchases, I implore you to stop and think for a second. How much of an impact can this money that I'm so easily about to dish out right now have on a needy person's life? If you can still justify spending that money, go ahead and spend it. But if you can't, there are plenty of charities out there are plenty of needy people, and again, the rewards that you get for making these donations are multiplied during this month. On to tip number 4. Time to listen to some nasheeds. My guy Ramzan. Yeah. I spend my weekends doing dhikr for you. So guys, the lyrics say I spend my weekend doing dhikr. I may as well come good on my word, right? Right you are, Yusuf, because you are definitely better served doing your dhikr as opposed to listening to the nasheed. And here's why. One of the most simple dhikr or adhkar you can make is saying Subhanallah. And the reward for this phrase that takes half a second to say is that 1,000 good deeds are written for you or 1,000 bad deeds are wiped away. It seems too good to be true, right? But don't take it from me. In the description box below, I'll leave a link to a chart that has the dhikr and the corresponding reward right beside it. Go through this list for yourself and I'm sure you won't need any more convincing and you'll want to start cashing in ASAP. Alright, on to the 5th and final tip, guys. So this one's a little bit unorthodox and probably something that no one specifically told you to do during the month of Ramadan. Sleep. Yes, you heard me correct. Sleep. S-L-E-E-P. Why am I telling you to sleep? Well, for starters, when you're sleeping, you're not backbiting, you're not slandering, you're not watching things you're not supposed to be watching, you're not swearing, and you're not engaging in any sin that just does not belong in this month. And just like every other time we go to sleep, we feel rejuvenated, we wake up with more energy, and because Ramadan is a month where we tend to stay up quite late, catching up on lost hours of sleep is something that we can all benefit from, and I'll be the first to raise my hands and say I will sleep whenever I get the chance to sleep. There is nothing to be ashamed of, guys. Absolutely zero shame when it comes to sleep. And there you have it, guys. 5 quick and easy tips to make the most of this month. Let's all take full advantage starting right now, because I'm sure most of us have the capacity to do all of the 5 things that I just mentioned, if not go above and beyond. And like we say every year, guys, who knows if we'll see the next Ramadan, so there really is no time like the present. If you enjoyed or benefited from this video in any way, be sure to leave a like and more importantly, be sure to share this message with your friends and family. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and I'll see you in the next one.